alluding back to All In, AEW WrestleMania, we'll say. A lot of people thought that Will Ospreay was going to be the guy to take down the Death Riders. It is now Hangman Page. And I mentioned this before, but Hangman being the real hero of AEW would be a nice story for the, we'll say, diehards who've been there since day one. Obviously, Hangman's allegiance with the Elite and how they're on opposite sides now, and his whole journey, comeback story. And a lot of people want to see Will Ospreay because he has the passion every time he comes out, every time he delivers a promo, every time he gets in the ring. He is the physical embodiment of what AEW is. I just don't know who the hero is to save the day. I don't know who it is, and I my gut is telling me it's Ospreay, but there's just something about Hangman that if he's the guy to take down the Death Riders, it would be like it would be a feel good story.
It feels like it's gonna be dependent on what Tony Khan is trying, like who he's trying to appeal to, because it feels like Hangman is catering to like the diehard AEW fan, whereas Will Ospreay is the one that is more well known, just like around the world. So it's like who do you want to give what they want, Because like the IWC is very split on how they feel about Ospreay. I don't really see what people say about Hangman, so like I don't know, but like I always see people going back and forth about how they feel about Ospreay. So I don't know. I feel like you see that presser with Hangman where he was like tearing up because he was so emotional about like the opportunities that he's been given and stuff. And I feel like you should try to capitalize on that, but you also want to be careful about how often you're having Will Ospreay involved in these big time matches and whatever, and you're having him lose.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know what they want to do. It's unfortunate that it's between the two of them because I feel like, it's kind of like, you don't really want Randy Orton versus John Cena, like
All the
because
time.
yeah, and so it's always going to be a hard decision because you're going to piss off a lot of people no matter what you do. But again, like I said, I feel like it's just going to kind of depend on what Tony is trying to accomplish with this and like who he's trying to appeal to more. And I don't know what that is, because I think both of these guys are like selfless in the way of like they're not going to sit there and be saying that they need to be the one to win. We know that. So they're probably not going to be much help in making the decision either.
No, and with Hangman, he went into the darkest era, I would say, of his character with the whole Swerve Strickland feud, and going off of that, or right after that, retiring his mentor and Christopher Daniels in a Texas, death match. So I mean, he was hated to the point where we're just like, you're just horrible. And this redemption story that he has now of trying to undo his wrongs or make his wrongs right by taking out the most evil power in AEW right now, that is the Death Riders. It's very interesting, and it makes me want to tune into All In and see this go down, because they're gonna have something big planned for this that I'm excited for. So